Are you
Hello, my name is Marcel Majeski, and this is my informative speech on anxiety. This is my audience, my parents, and my aunt. It's 2 a.m. All you want to do is go to sleep. Your mind is racing, keeping your brain in fight or flight, constantly thinking about the different things, the what ifs, the past, the present, the future. Yet, instead of going to sleep, your brain makes you even more tired. All right, you're getting ready for a presentation. Palms are sweaty, heart's racing, feeling nauseous, mind's gone blank. These are some of the things that someone with anxiety may experience. In an article from the University of Michigan School of Public Health in September of 2025, they found that 32% of college students experience anxiety. Even though the number has gone down, that is still one-third of the population. As I am a college student and I have anxiety, I have experienced the nausea, the fatigue, the mind fog, and the inability to sleep. I was interested in seeing how anxiety starts and the biological, psychological, and environmental factors that can be different for everybody with anxiety. Anxiety can start as a stress response or trauma, but biological, psychological, and environmental factors can lead to it becoming a cycle affecting daily life. I will discuss what it is, how it starts, the biological, psychological, and the environmental factors that can lead to it. Well, what is it and how does it start? Anxiety is a response to stress and trauma in the body. The American Psychological Association published an article in 2017 defining it as an emotion that is a reaction to apprehension and tension in the body as it anticipates danger. This can be long lasting with fast breathing, muscle tension, and rapid breathing. There are different forms of anxiety: general anxiety disorder, panic disorder, ADHD, OCD, just to name a few. From this, you may wonder, well, then how does it start? Well, it's actually different for everybody. It could be genetic, it could be stress, it could be trauma, or it could be health conditions. In an article published in the New Zealand Journal of Psychology in 1995 by Strongman, they discussed different theories of anxiety. Over time, they found that some theories believe that uncertainty is a core part of anxiety, and some anxieties can be learned. This further emphasizes that we can't really figure out where it stems from, as it is different from everybody. To better understand why anxiety plays such a role biologically and psychologically, I'll discuss the biological and psychological factors to start. Firstly, with biological, we need to discuss the brain. In a July 2011 study that was published in a scholarly article titled Focus, discussed how the amygdala finds the threat and the hippocampus tells the brain if it is safe or not through memory. This then creates a physical response. Once the amygdala starts to realize that something isn't right, fight or flight begins. The problem with anxiety is that it starts to sense danger when there isn't actually danger. And that's when it can become a problem. Some anxiety is normal, like when you're preparing for a speech or presentation, but when it's becoming frequent and intense, leading to panic attacks,
Mhm.
that's when it can be something we need to discuss. Anxiety can include physical symptoms. This could be sweating, fidgeting, nausea, brain fog, and hyperventilating, just to name a few. And all of these are possible, but not all of them have to occur. One of the biggest psychological factors that needs to be discussed is overthinking. Overthinking happens all the time. Overthinking is when your brain is overworking the thoughts in your brain, ultimately leading to unrest. When there's overthinking, it leads to worry. Worry then leads to lack of sleep, which then leads to more anxiety because you didn't get the time to rest and your brain reset. And that's when it becomes a cycle. It can affect focus, emotion regulation, wanting to be with people, and ultimately disrupting life. Connecting both of these together can cause a cycle of worry and doubt, and that's when we need to discuss it. Anxiety can be extremely overwhelming. And one thing that can make it worse is when somebody tells you hey, calm down, or don't worry, it's going to be okay. Psychologically, that does a lot to somebody with anxiety, as that can make them think, I can't stop this. Like, I know you want me to calm down, but I can't do it. And it ultimately leaves more pain than helping in that situation. Understanding how and why anxiety happens through biological and psychological effects will show how environmental factors can really be a large contributor. To begin, the background for environmental is a major part of this. Background can be your childhood, your parents' parenting styles, the stress, any trauma you've gone through. They can all affect it. According to a systemic review by Cure US in 2025, they found that anxiety can start at any point, from child to old age. This can be phobias, worry, PTSD, panic, and a fear of falling. For kids, the primary is worry and phobias, but as a age, it's the fear of falling. Major changes in environments are a big factor in this, and one of the largest changes in environments is going to college. From the stress of academics to financial stress, balancing school and life, to maybe going across country or moving states for school, that can be a lot of stress and lead to a lot of anxiety as your whole routine is changed. In a study by the Journal of Affective Disorders in 2023, they found that with college students in US and Europe, anxiety was the most common need of mental health support. And that's really important to discuss when over 1/3 of the population has anxiety. This is then just an example of how different anxiety can be for each person. Each one experiences it differently, each one encounters it in different ways. So we can never say, oh, you have it, but it's not the same. What triggers my anxiety may not trigger yours, and that's okay. We're all different. Thank you.